जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोधनंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यशोधनंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। जय गोपी जन वल्लभा गिरिवरधारी। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यशोदनंदन व्रज जनरंजन। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। यमुना तीरा वनचारी। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे। हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya 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 Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. गुरुदेव हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नस्तप्रायेषु भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवतीरुत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। Reading from Canto 4, Chapter 25, titled The Characteristics of King Puranjana. Text 47. Khadyota vimuktihi cha prag dvaro ekatra nirmite बिभ्रादितं जनपदं याति ताभ्यां द्युमत्सखा खद्योता विमुखी च प्राग द्वारौ एकत्र निर्मिते बिभ्राजितं जनपदं याति तभ्यं दुमत्सखा खद्योता विमुखी च प्राग द्वारौ एकत्र निर्मिते बिभ्राजितं जनपदं याति ताभ्यं द्युमत्सखा कद्योता विमुखी च प्राग द्वाराव एकत्र निर्मिते बिभ्राजितं जनपदं याति ताभ्यां दुमत्सकः कद्योता विमुखी च प्राग द्वारौ एकत्र निर्मिते बिभ्राजितं जनपदं याति ताभ्यां दुमत्सकः कद्योता विमुखी च प्राग द्वारावेकत्र निर्मिते बिभ्राजितं जनपदं याति ताभ्यां धुमत्सकः कद्योता विमुखी च प्राग द्वाराव एकत्र निर्मिते बिभ्राजितं जनपदं याति ताभ्यां दुमत्सकः कद्योता विमुखी च प्राग द्वाराव एकत्र निर्मिते बिभ्राजितं जनपदं याति ताभ्यां दुमत्सकः कद्योता विमुखी च प्राग द्वाराव एकत्र निर्मिते बिभ्राजितं जनपदं याति ताभ्यां दुमत्सकः Word to word meaning. Khadyota, of the name Khadyota. Avirmukhi, of the name Avirmukhi. Cha, also. Prak, towards the eastern side.
towards the eastern side.
Dwarau,
Dwarau,
two gates. Ekatra,
ekatra,
in one place.
in one place.
Nirmite,
Nirmite,
were constructed.
were constructed.
Vibhrajitam,
Vibhrajitam,
of the name Vibhrajita.
of the name Vibhrajita.
Janapadam,
Janapadam,
city.
city.
Yati,
Yati,
used to go.
used to go.
Tabhyam,
Tabhyam,
by them.
by them.
Dhyumat,
Dhyumat,
of the name Dhyumat.
of the name Dhyuman.
Sakha,
Sakha,
with his friend.
with his friends.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Translation: the two gates named Khadyota and Avirmukhi were situated facing the eastern side, but they were constructed in one place. Through those two gates, the king used to go to the city of Vibhrajita, accompanied by a friend whose name was Dhyuman. Purport: the two gates, Kadhyota and Avirmukhi, means glowing worm and torchlight. This indicates that of the two eyes, the left eye is less powerful in its ability to see. Although both eyes are constructed in one place, one is stronger than the other in the power to see. The king or the living entity uses these two gates to see things properly. But he cannot see unless accompanied by a friend whose name is Dhyuman. This friend is the sun. Although the two eyes are situated in one place, they have no power to see without the sunlight. Vibhraditam janapadam. If one wants to see something very clearly, vibhraditam, he must see it with two eyes and the assistance of his friends, the sunlight. Within this body, everyone is a king because he uses his different gates according to his own will. Although he is very much proud of his power to see or hear, he is nonetheless dependent on the assistance of nature. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamavyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitanscha. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpataru Brascha Krupa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivashadi Gaura Bhaktarvrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Namah Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin iti namine. Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangam Langayate Girim Yatkrupatamaham Vande Shri Guru Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hare Krishna. Translation: the two gates named Kadhyota and Avirmukhi are situated facing the eastern side, but they are constructed in one place. Though those two gates the king used to go to the city of Vibhrajita accompanied by a friend whose name was Dyuman. So here we were seeing how Puranjana was entered into the 9 gates of city, and now we are seeing how he is these 9 gates are being used. And yesterday also we have seen, yesterday and day before yesterday verse, it talks about what are these 9 gates, and yesterday verse talks about like in which directions are these gates are. And today's verse, it is especially talking about 2 main gates. Those are 2 eyes which are constructed in one place, and they are facing towards one side, that is eastern side. And king was accompanied by a friend called Dyuman, were going to Vibhrajita, a city, and doing some kind of activities. So here a person, in the purport also it is given, these 2 gates are called eyes, and they are facing towards the east. And generally in the east we can see the sun, because on the east sun rises, so we can see sun on the east. And these eyes are facing towards the east. And here Prabhupada says in the purport that the friend is called Dyuman, who is none other than the sunlight. And the 2 eyes are compared here as glowworm and torchlight. Generally when there is a darkness, we generally use a torchlight or some other mobile flash or some other device to generally use to see the surroundings, right? So here why Prabhupada is comparing these 2 eyes with 2 different names, glowworm and like torchlight. And Prabhupada himself says one eye is stronger than the other. Right eye is stronger than the left, and left is weaker. You can examine, devotees are seeing that. So generally when I was going through this, so I was checking my eyes also. Already I have defective eyes where I have put some external fluor eyes. No, only 2 eyes. So I was checking my left eye was little blur than the right eye. Right eye is little clear, so that I found it. I was trying to see God with this, closing my eyes and checking it. So I found it, and even I see it says our right part of our body is stronger than the left part of the body. So only most of the time we do all the work with our right hand, with right leg. Then we use very less our left hand. But in the case of brain, we use left brain more than right brain. That is different case. So here right side of a eye is considered as a torchlight, and the left is considered as a glowworm, because left has not that strong with as compared with the right eye. So here we can see, until unless we don't read the purport, we can't understand what is the translation of the sloka, what it is talking about. We may think that something gates, some gates as normal house, they may be having some 2 gates. One is for the people who enter into the small gate, and one is a big gate which car can be entered, right? So we may consider like this. But here this kind of talks are called parokshavad, and this generally gives indirect way of giving some kind of message. And here generally parokshavad, we can see people when they meet, when they are not friends, they keep talking in indirect way only, criticizing each other in indirect way, saying that one person trying to glorify, saying that you are very bad, pointing that you are bad in this, they will glorify in that way. So that is a kind of materialistic kind of way of glorifying called parokshavad. But here the parokshavad which is called adhyatmavad. Now which generally if you see these kind of gates, this kind of city we generally don't see. But means it's kind of an illusion or imagination. But these kind of messages they generally leads to our spiritual progress, understanding, better spiritual understanding. But this it doesn't exist. But still, these kind of stories or these kind of talks help us to progress into the spiritualness. So it is called parokshavad and adhyatmikavad. So, and in the further slokas, if you go, like in the next 4, there this is like Puranjan stories goes on till 5 chapters, starting from 25th to 38th. So further, if you go, like you can see like there will be a lot of analogies used, and it's like little complex, technical, more technical. We can say like is like a kind of something which is doesn't exist and we are discussing about technically. So, so that doesn't make sense anything. But why it is being discussed here in the Srimad Bhagavatam? Because some people can say like bhakti is very simple because they are simple minded. For them bhakti is simple. If you say that man mana bhavan bhakto, they will do it and they will achieve that that kind of perfection. But some people there who are philosophers, they are behind only logic, they are behind into some kind of technicals, analogies, and they hit their brain. They will be happy by solving these kind of algorithms or philosophies. So for them, if you say like if bhakti is so simple, then these people may feel like not that encouragement to practice bhakti. So for them, these kind of things has been added into Srimad Bhagavatam, so that you can analyze how much ever you want. You please analyze, and come to one conclusion, that is you have to do bhakti. That is the final conclusion. That's what we see, like whole 5 chapters. Narad Muni keeps saying, and finally he brings back to him to the bhakti. That's all. Now he is in executing karmakanda process. He is so engrossed into that kind of process, and he is a descendant of Dhruva Maharaj. Glorious descendants, glorious lineage, glorious lineage. So all our previous people are all very glorious, and they are practice bhakti, and they achieve perfection. And this only one person who is not into karma kanda kind of activity. So let me bring him back to this path of bhakti. So finally, Narad Muni's efforts is like to get back this king into the bhakti path, so that he can give up all this karma kanda, other processes. So even though a simple person who thinks that bhakti is very simple, thinking that I should just bow down to the Lord, offer some fruit, water, and some menial service if I do, that he also achieve the perfection by practicing in the bhakti. And these kind of philosophers, by analyzing so much into this kind of philosophies, and they come to one conclusion saying that, and they have to surrender to the Lord. Ultimately, that is the same path that leads to same path. So only it is being described here. And if you see these kind of discussions, like talking about what we call a city which has 9 gates. These kind of descriptions are being given in the scriptures also. For materialistic people, it is little difficult to understand because he never gone through these kind of subjects in his academics or whole career. But if you think about in the terms of spirituality, this is common. It's just general term, like deha, and about discussing about a city which has 9 gates. And these kind of descriptions comes in different places. One I have found, like not one, like 3 I have found in Bhagavad Gita, like fifth chapter, 13th sloka, it says, Sarva karmani manasa samyasyasta sukham vasi navadvare pure dehi naiva kurvan na karyan. It is said, when the embodied living being control his nature and mentality, renounces all actions, he resides happily in the city of 9 gates, the material body, neither working nor causing work to be done. So here, when this is like Karma Yoga, 5th chapter, where Krishna talks about this sloka, and Arjuna doesn't talk in the next sloka about what is this Navadvara Pure, what is this Navadvara Pure, what is this 9 gates city which you are saying. He didn't ask, because it's a general term in terms of spirituality that they describe, they know all these things, so no need to describe. So only Arjuna didn't ask, can you explain further more about this? He didn't ask. It just went in a flow, that's all. And same thing, same kind of material body is compared with in the 2nd chapter, 22nd sloka. Now it's about वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णन्ति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णान्य अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि. So it says, a person puts up a new garments, giving up old ones. The soul similarly accepts new material body, giving up the old and useless one. So here especially Krishna is talking about the changes that we can see in our body, and how it changes from one body to other. But ultimately it is talking about the kind of body, how they changes from childhood to youthful, then youthful to old age, kind of like that it is describing. And you see, like nowadays people, they are willing, or they are behind this kind of changes. Something changes has to happen, something change. And even scientists also, they work day and night to do some changes which is already existing. They break their head all day and night, and last they have to be admitted into a mental hospital, that's all. So that's what they can do. And even when you see in this modern world, now wherever you see billboards, big billboards, especially in our Bangalore city, we can see so many big billboards saying that you have to change your car, you have to change your gadget, you have to change your home, you have to change your job, you have to change your wife, you have to change your life, everything they say. So the people who are like behind these kind of changes every day, they are like thinking about something change they want, something new they want, something other they want, kind of thinking that upgradation. So they put these kind of changing mentality into the relationships also, and they break their relationships. So people are now facing these kind of relationship breakages because of these advertisements. And similarly, according to our today's sloka, so same kind of analogy where Krishna gives in Bhagavad Gita, that is yes, in 14th chapter, 11th sloka. Sarvadvareshu dehesmin prakasha upajayate jnanam yada tad vidyad vivruddham sattvam iti uta. Thus it is said. So it is said, the manifestation of the mode of goodness can be experienced when all the gates of the body are illuminated by knowledge. So we can see some, we can draw some points from this sloka to this today's current sloka. It is said the two gates named Kadhyota and Avirmukhi were situated facing the eastern side, but they were constructed in one place. Though those 2 gates, the king used to go to the city of Vibhrajita accompanied by a friend whose name was Dhuman. So here it is said like these 2 eyes generally we use to do some kind of activity, and we do these activities through our friend who is sunlight. Without sunlight we can't even see. Is like no more use of our eyes. There is no value to the eyes when there is no sunlight. And so only you can see like early morning when we wake up, when there is no sun, we can't able to do our actively services. And till the sunlight is there, we will be very active. After sunlight, we'll be like little lazy. We'll feel drowsy or lazy. So, and if you see like in the Srimad Bhagavatam, I think it's in 3rd canto or 2nd canto, I didn't remember exactly. At the time of creation, when Lord Supreme God, when he created a sun, along with the sun he created 2 eyes, because that is the kind of representation, and with the 2 eyes, with the help of sun only these 2 eyes works. Until unless this sun is not there, the eyes are no more useful. And these the activity which we do generally matters a lot, because whatever activity we do, we do by seeing, and through our eyes we can see the form. That's what is said, like if one wants to see something very clearly, that is Vibhrajitam. Why it is said here Vibhrajitam? Because Vibhrajitam is a city which has some form. So we can see clearly some which is having some form. Which doesn't have form, we can't see. We can't see that clearly. So these eyes generally see the form, and through the sunlight that form can be visible, and these eyes can see that form. He must see it with 2 eyes and the assistance of his friend sunlight. And with these 2 eyes we do all the activities. We take inputs with these 2 eyes. So only it is called, these 2 gates are very important gates. So only it is being discussed first. You can see like when they said about 9 gates, now we are discussing only 2 gates. Other gates further it will come, because these 2 gates are very important, because they gives us input. If you have right input, then we will be having our right consciousness. If we have a wrong input, then we have a wrong consciousness. So that matters what we see, what we do. And for that we need right knowledge. So that's what Krishna is saying in Bhagavad Gita, when all the gates of the body are illuminated by knowledge, Jnanam, Krishna says. Illuminated means like something we have to light up. But what is that we have to light up? That is called knowledge. We should have a right knowledge, then only our consciousness will be right, because our inputs will be right. So only when recently in Bhagavatam class we heard, we unnecessarily don't go outside until unless there is some service, like some book distribution or something, some paraphernalia we have to buy for the Lord, some other things. Or else like we don't go out unnecessarily to exploit the material world. It's all Maya. That devotee knows it. If we go out, we are trapped. So until unless when we are inside this temple, we are safe. So when we go out, we are trapped. So even though when we are in the service, when we are outside and there is a lot of Maya's influence, and when we don't have right knowledge, then our input will be bad. That affects our consciousness, and consciousness will be like corrupted. we will be having body consciousness, and because of that we'll start thinking about bad, then we commit bad, then we get sin, and we'll fall down from our bhakti process. It leads to so many things. So these two important things, like these two gates, two important gates are very important. We should guard it. So only generally when you see in big mansions or big offices, they put security guards along with floodlights in the front. Night whole whole big building will be dark, but the gates will be lightened up, because to see who is coming, who is not coming, to guard. So in our case also, when we guard ourselves with our right consciousness, then we are saved. If we not with our bad consciousness, we are gone. No one can save us. So these two gates where Puranjana was doing all the activities, it is said he goes out with the help of friend with these two gates, through these two gates. So we also, our consciousness goes out through these two gates and wanders here and there, and it collects so much information. If we think something good, then we will be doing, or we will be taking inputs good, or else we will be having some bad consciousness. So that what it is said in this sloka. And I didn't remember the sloka in the 11th canto. It is said there is also a comparison, how this Bhagavatam is compared as a sunlight, and a person on this path who has taken Bhagavatam and seriously, sincerely practicing it, one day he can close his eyes and run on that path, and he can achieve the Supreme Lord. Because in this path it is said there is not many obstacles. In Bhagavatam instead it says there is no obstacles in the path of bhakti. Because there is no obstacles, we can close our eyes and we can just run. Because even when you close, there is a brightness, we can see that, we can feel it. But when there is a darkness, we can't even feel our own hands, we can't even see our own hands. So this is very important aspect, to guard our two gates, main two gates, those are eyes. So guard these two gates by engaging them in the Krishna service. There is the only option. Or else that leads to sense gratification. How Puranjan is doing with the corrupted intelligence. So with this I would like to pause here. So any comments, reflections or corrections?
This is a very nice point. How, in the modern day, everybody are changing things a lot. Even the other day we were discussing that in furniture, everything they keep changing. So in the same way, they have come up to the relationship also. That one deep point in this I was just contemplating was that if, as you were also mentioning, that if we see good, then it will be good things will be there. So there is sufficient bad is there in everybody, and there is sufficiently we can see bad, and we can how people are rejecting everybody because this is bad, like that. So how to see good in people, and then how to actually and befriend the people around. That's a very deep lesson actually. And right and good means we can choose to see the good in the people, or we can choose to see the bad in the people. So we see that people who choose to see the bad, they are always suffering. They are always they are not able to befriend anyone. So and people who are able to see good, so they are always happy, and they are always able to be with people and things like that. So it's a very, very deep point actually. Very nice. I was hearing the point and appreciating that necessarily all the gates which we have, they should be illuminated in the light of knowledge. I like that example of security guard. This is common. This is common sense that everywhere light has to be there, and especially those areas where entry and exit is happening has to be specifically guarded. And in order to allow the right things to enter, we need transcendental knowledge, so that we allow the right things and we don't allow the wrong things. So, I'm just appreciating this point that we read Bhagavad Gita places, and that these gates can be, the gates can have a proper security guard only when we engage them in Krishna's service.
ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, जगत गुरु